But the purpose of your question was to suggest that Nigerians are a special category of people who are being victimized in South Africa by virtue of their nationality, failing to distinguish between issues of illegal immigration and issues of criminality.
Some of them are run by Nigerians, and I don't think a demand from an apology from here is warranted, nor is it appropriate. Thank you.
A lot of Nigerians are still struggling to know that we are not special. And if you try to force it on people, they will disgrace you. They will not embarrass you. They will disgrace you. Like this, my fellow Nigerian, this woman here, Madam Ettique, the Nigerian journalist. Let us work on ourselves. As a matter of fact, a lot of our people are badly behaved. When I started doing videos about Ghana and the things that excite me. Hi, my name is Lillian. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for returning. I appreciate it. And I will also appreciate a like, a subscription. Your thoughts are welcome in the comment section of the video. Without taking much of your time, let's get straight into today's reaction video. Something happened yesterday between a Nigerian journalist and the South African Minister for Justice. As somebody that have made up my mind to be on nothing but the bitter truth, I was going to come here to do a video condemning the minister. Lucky me, I came across the full video of what really transpired. She didn't like the fact that Nigerians are being labeled as powder dealers and whatnot, criminals and the rest. According to her, as a Nigerian, she does not indulge in all of these vices. Her family too are not into it. So how dare the South African government label her country that? Now let us begin from the minister.
I firstly wish to commend our SAPS and Interpol for the sterling work that they have done this week in the arrest of Mr. Mkanyisi Ndodana Chuma, a fugitive wanted for murder of his wife and 2 children in the UK. He arrived according to our movement control systems at OR Tambo International Airport on the 5th of July 2026 from Britain. Once we have received the alert from Interpol, we acted swiftly from a multidisciplinary team conducting tracing, and the suspect was arrested in Kensington, Johannesburg. At the time he went through OR Tambo, he had not yet been flagged by British authorities. So if he had been flagged, he would not have entered the country. He will be extradited to the UK once I have signed all the extradition documents and requests as required by the law in my capacity as Minister of Justice and Constitutional Development. We are informed that the teams are working quite hard around the clock so that the extradition requests are done and the paperwork is done in time. I firstly wish to commend. We have seen a tremendous increase on the number of foreign nationals that have either been deported or repatriated today. As of close of business of the 11th July 2026, a total of 53,449 foreign nationals have been processed for either deportation and repatriation, which is dominated by the following. Malawans are actually at the point of 80%, followed by the Zimbabweans and Mozambicans. Government reiterates that the management of migration, border management, deportation, and facilitated repatriation is exclusively the responsibility of the state, and no individual or group has the authority to take the law into their own hands or to intimidate, threaten, or unlawfully remove any person from any community. Our law enforcement authorities will not hesitate to act against those who continue to conduct these unlawful searches and identity checks.
All of this was going on smoothly until
what we stand and speak on as ministers is on the basis of South African laws. But what she said wasn't really South African law. Sorry. Maybe that's how the minister says. I've been all the way to you. No. My dear, one thing what is going to help us first is respect for each other. Respect for the office that we occupy, because we are ministers of the state. I don't think there's any South African journalist or any South African citizen that will disrespect your sitting minister or a government official. It's not done, and it must never be done. So I thought I should literally say that. The round will be opened again. How we conduct our media briefings is that we open the round, everybody asks, then answers. Please don't be disruptive to our media briefing.
I put my hand up, that's not disruptive.
There's procedure that the chair does.
I put my hand up.
No, they will call for the hand when I'm done.
I put my hand up.
I'm going to appeal to you again to respect me as the Minister of the Republic of South Africa. Please. You are here to interact with us. Please, we are appealing to you. Now, when you disrupt us while we are answering your question, it's not helpful at all. And I want to reiterate, we appeal because South Africa has not, and it's not actually in this point. Any attacks or anything has not been done sanctioned by this government.
Beyond this moment, do you think making statements like that is smart? And again, I ask, would you like to apologize to Nigerians? Because I'm a Nigerian sitting in front of you, and I can assure you that I don't do drugs. Neither does my father, neither do my friends, neither, in fact, the vast majority of Nigerians here are doctors. Let me finish, please. I've asked the question, but I have to state this. Nigerians are doctors. Nigerians are immigration lawyers. Nigerians do all sorts of other things, but you chose to talk about drugs. Why?
Thank you very much.
To the Nigerian journalist, thank you for your questions, and I can also hear your anger. You referred to 4 cases. I encourage you to give me that information, and I will follow it up. But the purpose of your question was to suggest that Nigerians are a special category of people who are being victimized in South Africa by virtue of their nationality, failing to distinguish between issues of illegal immigration and issues of criminality. Am I correct? These are cases that you mentioned in which you are saying Nigerians were the victims of crime. Well, you'll have your opportunity again. That I understood your question. I don't think I was mistaken. Your question was, there are 4 cases in which Nigerians, you have that information, you're saying we haven't acted, and these are 4 cases in which Nigerians, because they are Nigerians, have been the victims of criminality. Now, if that is the case, I'm saying you're conflating issues of illegal immigration with issues of criminality.
So I put my hand up.
No, they will call for the hand.
That's fine. I put my hand up.
I'm going to appeal to you again.
I am being...
To respect me as the Minister of the Republic of South Africa. Please. You are here to interact with us. Please, we are appealing to you. So, the chair of the session will call another round of questions where you can take your more questions. We are currently answering. Now, when you disrupt us while we are answering your question, it's not helpful at all. Is that when anyone has been killed, whether they are South Africans or non-South Africans, the police does investigation. We actually have a very strong justice system where investigations are done, where people are arrested, and therefore people then are prosecuted and do serve sentences. Our judiciary in this country is independent, doesn't get influenced by politicians, doesn't get influenced by those who have power or even money. So you can be rest assured when matters appear before our judiciary. As I said, Minister Ntshabeni is not going to issue an apology.
A lot of people think I do not love my country because of the type of videos I do. I do love my country, even though I do not like how things are done in my country. I don't know if you understand the difference between loving and liking. Loving is something that you do when you have no choice. Liking is something that you do out of your own choice, because as a Christian, the Bible tells me to love one another. I can love you and not like you, and that is not my fault. I'm only obeying a commandment to love you. But liking you becomes my own personal business. As a Nigerian, I love my country. I do not like how things are done in Nigeria. But a lot of people mistake my video to mean I hate my country. Why should I defend something that I cannot take? A behavior that I would not tolerate when done to me. Why should I expect another person to take? I know how some Nigerians behave, if not all, of course, not all. But I know how a lot of our people behaves, especially outside Nigeria. So I will now set my camera and still sit here to defend such people. No, I won't do that. We want people to focus on the good aspect of us as Nigerians, but have we thought about how the negative behavior of a lot of our people affects people? We don't think about it that way. And then she comes trying to defend her country, which is her right. It is okay to want to defend Nigeria, but be ready to collect the mud that comes with it. Anyway, meet the first woman to defend Nigeria and get dragged into the mud. Listening to Ettique, the Nigerian journalist, I honestly did not expect this behavior from her. I honestly did not expect her to behave that way. Because one, I applaud her for going to South Africa. I applaud her for interviewing Jacinta. I applaud her for wanting to be a part of the story that is going on in South Africa. But why not just, comport yourself by being patient? This is her only crime. Her only crime is that she demanded for something that she thinks is right for her, that she thinks is her right to do as a Nigerian at the wrong time. As civilized and exposed as Madam Ettique is, already we know. Already I know as a Yoruba woman, well-educated Yoruba woman, you're supposed to be patient, listen. I wish she did not get embarrassed, but I'm glad she got embarrassed because that is how I get embarrassed. A lot of us Nigerians have to come to term with the fact that people don't see us the way we see ourselves. We are the most intelligent. Just give Nigerian enabling environment and a Nigerian will thrive. Just give a Nigerian a little opportunity and that Nigerian will make something meaningful from it. We are not lazy. We are hardworking. We are intelligent. We are the most educated. We have the highest number of medical doctors in the US. We are the this and that of that. We are the owner of Afrobeats. We own the universe. We have musicians that are selling out. We feel good about us. We are always happy. We can make the most out of nothing. It is okay to feel that way as a Nigerian, but the reality on ground is that people do not see you that way. As a Nigerian myself, I do not see us that way too. I do not think we are special. I wish I'm not a Nigerian. As a matter of fact, wish I'm not even from this continent. A lot of Nigerians are still struggling to know that we are not special. And if you try to force it on people, they will disgrace you. They will not embarrass you. They will disgrace you. Like this, my fellow Nigerian, this woman here, Madam Ettique, the Nigerian journalist. Let us work on ourselves. As a matter of fact, a lot of our people are badly behaved. When I started doing videos about Ghana and the things that excite me about Ghana, I got Nigerians coming to insult me. You are a slave. You are being humble because you need their favor. You want them to love you. You are an illiterate. That is why you are humbling yourself. You are praising Ghanaians. You are saying their schools are good. You are saying there is light. That is because you are poor. You are this and that. Fellow Nigerians were mad at me for not being disrespectful towards Ghanaians. That is my only crime, because otherwise, tell me what I did wrong. Tell me what I did wrong for saying that Adizade College is the best I have seen in West Africa. For saying that Prempeh College is the best that I have seen in West Africa. What is my offense for pointing out the things that I can see with my eyes and feel with my hands? And you can see, it's not like you cannot see. You can see that a secondary school in Ghana is bigger than a university in Nigeria. But you were angry with me because I said that. You said because I said that you hate me. Now that Ettique have gone to South Africa to place you on a high mountain, did you see how they brought her down? Bam! They brought her down from the sky. And I hope she's okay, because that kind of embarrassment, oh my, it is not my portion. Please, I do not wish it on anyone. I'm going to end this video here. Let me know your thoughts down there in the comment section, as I'll see you in my next one. Bye.